Here in the Gradebook for each course, there is a great way to coach and support your students through the coursework. Here, I have my roster of my 3 students in the Performance tab. If I click on one, and I'm choosing this one because the student is inactive, just for privacy purposes, we'll select the student. Here you can see every single assignment with the due date, and here you see they're all empty. But here is where the grades would be with the scores, the gradable activities of completion out of 29 for this course, and the percent completed with accuracy. So 1 is what's completed, and then 1 is of all activities completed. Here I can then even select by clicking and go to my grade editing. This is where I would spend most of my time coaching my students, supporting my students, excusing and unexcusing assignments. Remember here that in Gradpoint, you have autonomy as a teacher. If you feel a student's skill set or effort or whatever comes into play, you can choose an equitable program for this student. As a teacher, I would never teach an entire textbook. This is also true with Gradpoint. If there is an activity, a lesson, a section that a student is having trouble with or it's problematic, you get to choose how to go about it. For example, you could achieve full credit for a student, or no credit for a student, or half credit for a student by just manipulating the number here based on whatever you feel the student deserves. You can also use this excuse button to provide an X that would then move a student past this assignment. For example, if a student was on lesson D and struggling, I could simply open it, hit excuse, and the student would skip over that. Possibly the student has an accommodation or some type of need, and they verbally went through that section with me, and we went through it together. I could easily excuse them based on their mastery of what they could tell me about the content. Any of these modifications or adaptations, again, are your personal judgment call. In addition to adapting and adjusting their score, you may also allow retries on any assessment. If this were an assessment, I could click Allow Retry and give them another chance to attempt a test, quiz, or other assessment. This is also the location in the platform where I would provide feedback. Not simply a simple great job, but also specific feedback. Make sure to use complete sentences, or whatever my feedback might be for that student in real time. This is a very useful way to coach, support, adapt, adjust, and really alter the program for your student based on his or her or their specific needs.